So this country's trying to ban open pit mining? An autonomous train owned by mining giant Rio Tinto derailed last Sunday in Western Australia. The accident involved 38 wagons of the self-driving iron ore train, but no one was injured, according to a Rio Tinto spokesperson. Freeport-McMoRan is currently converting its Caterpillar 793 trucks at the Baghdad mine in Arizona to autonomous haulage. The company's fleet consists of 33 793s, which will now be using Cat MineStar Command for hauling. Mexican President López Obrador recently announced a proposal to prohibit new concessions for open pit projects. Unlikely to pass, the proposal targets an industry that represents $4 billion in investment and 200,000 direct jobs. Australia's Whitehaven Coal reported an 86% drop in first-half profit. The company achieved an average coal price of $220 Australian per ton in the first half of the 2024 financial year, versus $552 per ton a year earlier. If you think this is just a basic mining shovel, you're wrong. In 1976, Marion delivered the first units of the 204M Superfront shovel to Russia. Designed with a unique front-end geometry, the 770-ton machine was first built under license by Sumitomo Heavy Industries in Japan. In 1979, a few US-produced Superfront shovels were delivered, equipped with dippers ranging from 20 to 45 cubic yards in capacity. The 204M had a digging height of just about 50 feet, or 15 meters. Looking absurdly complicated, the Marion 204M Superfront shovel was designed to achieve higher penetration forces in the bank. With the help of moving triangular frames, the bucket could be pushed in the material at the optimum angle. The 204M was upgraded over the years, and a hydraulic system was introduced on some of the machines with hydraulic cylinders replacing the cable crowd arrangement, but the main hoist and dipper tilt were still cable operated. Stunning. Sometimes all you need is one blade and two dozers. From the late 1960s, Caterpillar started producing what they would call side-by-side dozers, a combination of D9 models simultaneously pushing a special 24-foot wide bulldozing blade, and the results were phenomenal. Totaling 820 flywheel horsepower, the side-by-side D9H was more powerful than any other bulldozer in Cat's lineup at the time. It was even more powerful than the early D11R, only rated at 770 horsepower. But probably the most famous Caterpillar side-by-side D9H ever was Russell & Sons Construction Company's Double Dude, built in the late 1970s and equipped with a monstrous 48 feet wide bulldozer blade set at a 45-degree angle. Still rated at 820 horsepower, the Double Dude was designed to push up to 14,000 cubic yards of material per hour, but the enormous set was soon proven too difficult to maneuver. Only one was ever constructed. So you just took delivery of your first electric vehicle, congrats. Now watch this. By 2030, global lithium production will need to be 8 times higher than it is today just to meet Tesla's electric vehicle needs. These cars also require 6 times the mineral inputs of a conventional car, according to the National Mining Association. In today's world, every American uses an average of 40,000 pounds of newly mined materials every year, which includes 2 tons of coal. Annually, an average of $119 billion are generated through mining. In the next 6 years, the world will face a 105% increase in global nickel demand for transportation technologies and a 1,000% projected increase in demand for minerals needed for future energy technologies. By 2040, demand for rare earth elements will jump by thousands of percent. On top of that, copper production will also need to increase by a large figure, as a single wind turbine requires on average 4.7 tons of the precious metal. This is the story of legendary Rimpull. Rimpull was established in 1971 in Kansas City, Missouri. The company first began developing a line of mechanical drive haul trucks with one main slogan, "Back to Basics." More than 50 years later, the firm is still going strong. In 1978, Rimpull delivered the world's first 120-ton mechanical drive rear dump fleet, which gained moderate market success. In the 1990s, the manufacturer started producing bottom dump coal vehicles, including a legendary model. The enormous CW280 was Rimpull's largest hauler ever, rated at 1,600 horsepower with a 300-ton payload. This machine gave birth to a series of smaller haulers in 1995, labeled as CW200. In 2005, Rimpull manufactured its first Dart 420-ton salt trailer train vehicle with a lineup that kept expanding over the years. In 2019, Rimpull released the SH1000, a crazy salt harvesting machine. This is how a legend was born. On May 28, 1963, Caterpillar shipped the very first unit of a brand new truck developed since the late 1950s. Undergoing 4 pilot design stages prior to production, the truck was released under the reference 769. Powered by a Cat D3 43 diesel engine rated at 375 horsepower, the 35-ton capacity 769 was an entirely new design utilizing many rounded-off corners. The little hauler instantly became a winner. Perfectly sized for most applications such as large construction projects, quarry jobs, or even mining, the 769 was upgraded for the first time in 1964, and the off-road truck saw its power rating increase to 400 horsepower. In late 1966, the 769 was upgraded again to 415 flywheel horsepower with the introduction of the 769B. The new model also featured a V-bottom dump box to reduce rear-end spillage. There's a good machine, and there's the RH200. Introduced to market in 1989, the O&K RH200 has been known since the beginning as a bestseller in the mining industry. So much so that by 1998, the German manufacturer had already sold 63 units of the machine. Powered by 2 Cummins engines that developed a total of 2,400 horsepower, the RH200 had an operating weight of 529 tons. By 1996, only 2 units out of 46 sold at the time were operating in the United States. Available in both backhoe and front shovel configurations, the O&K RH200 could be equipped with a 33 cubic yard bucket, the equivalent of 25 cubic meters. In 2005, the 100th unit left the factory. Successfully surviving the successive brands acquisitions over the years, the O&K RH200 Excavator remains to this day one of the most amazing pieces of iron ever engineered. A true mining classic. There's nothing more iconic than a 2800. Company P&H reached another milestone in 1969 with the release of the 2800 series of mining shovels. This model was the first to feature the firm's exclusive electro-torque system for converting AC to DC power. With an operating weight right around 1,000 metric tons, the P&H 2800 electric rope shovel has a nominal payload of 59 metric tons, the equivalent of 65 short tons or 130,000 pounds. As durable as it gets, the 2800 is designed to work in temperatures as low as -40 Celsius degrees. The famous P&H model remained a best-selling machine for decades, right along with its big sister, the 4100. Currently available as the 2800 XPC, P&H's famous shovels have been known to break all sorts of records. The first 2 units, commissioned in Western Canada in 1969, both surpassed 100,000 working hours over 2 decades.